Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. Which does include things like E. coli. Those two fight. This is what I was working with. This won't do. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. Now I am still a little bit sick, but this is also my sleepy voice because I just jumped out of bed, remembering that I was supposed to get up with my husband's alarm because I need to milk my goats this morning. I separated the babies that were born in the beginning of October last night, some of them. Oh, we're not happy about it. Aw, you boys will be okay. You will. I know. Come on, Mar. Come on, Mar. Nope. Alright. She's not super tight or anything. So it's going to be a little loud because they're not happy about the situation right now. But I came down with my daughter last night to help me catch them. Stormy's boys are fine to catch. It's Margie's boys that are a little bit more difficult. They turned 8 weeks old yesterday, and so this is cold turkey weaning for them. I did ban them at around 3 weeks old, and so it's not for worry that they're gonna suddenly become fertile and start breeding everything in the barn, but we need the milk real bad. I have left the babies on without taking them off since they were born, so they've gotten tons of milk. They're growing really, really well, and I only have, I think, a half a cup of goat's milk in the house right now. We are in a milk drought for sure. Well, not anymore. A lot of times when they kid share, people will separate the babies at night and then put them back during the day. I'm not going to do that. I am going to keep them off permanently. The other two boys, Stormy's boys, are going to their new homes very soon. One of them's going to his new home this week. Now I've started a new way of feeding my goats and feeding the barn. And so they're not as hungry on the milk stand, which is good, but they're also not as occupied. And so I'm a little bit nervous that Margie's going to start to get kicky here at the end, because she does. If I start milking and then I stop milking and come back, she can get a little bit kicky. Okay, no, she did good. Good girl, Mar. I do plan to let you guys know about the feeding change that I've made in the barn. I just want to make sure that I like it first. Here's our Stormy, looking lovely. Love her four-udder. Not bad. Got the hobbles just in case she starts to kick. Oh, I'm so proud of this girl, you guys. So proud. I'm so happy and proud to be selling 2 bucklings out of her. This udder is nice. Ah. I've also been really happy with Stormy's body type. She has a lot of really nice angularity, a lot of really nice width. She's got more depth than any Nigerian that I have in the barn. She's just a treasure. When I first started milking her this season, she was a little bit kicky, so I had to hobble her. Ideally, I don't have the hobbles. The hobbles kind of keep their feet a little bit too close together, and I don't like that. It's better if they can have a little bit of a wider stance. It allows more space for my hands, their udder, and the milk pail. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Stormy's actually able to still kind of kick at the pail with these on. I don't know. I used to have hobbles that attach to each corner of the milk stand. And I may have to fashion some of those again, but so far this is working okay. See, she's a little less wide here with those. So we're gonna get less than we would have. Part of this is that she's just not starving. She's not, well, they're not starving anyways, but she's not acting starving because she's, I guess, satiated, which is good. But also, if they're well occupied with their food, it does make it easier to milk. They have more patience, or at least they've got more distraction. Both Margie and Stormy, if they're a little antsy and unsure today, will adjust to the new routine. This is their first night without their babies. Their babies are crying, which as a mom, I know that's stressful. They are used to being milked, but not for the entirety of their udder. And so they're standing here for a little bit longer than normal. It's a different thing. It's a change in their routine. I got to get the other hobbles put on here for sure, because she's still able to get a little bit of slack and push forward just because her udder is so close to her back legs. Nige problems, am I right? Now I do like to do a once a day milking routine. It just fits into my life so much better than twice a day milking. And these girls, they weren't super tight. It's been about 12 hours since they had their babies on, and that is encouraging to me. It means that, you know, they had a little bit longer to go before they absolutely needed milking. So what I will do is come out at 7 o'clock tonight, which is 12 hours from now, milk them a little bit, like relieve some pressure, but signal their udder to make a little bit less milk so that they can start going longer and longer. I'll do that, and then I'll come out a little bit later tomorrow and see how they are. If their udders do still have some give, which I don't expect, this will take a little while, but if they do have some give, I'll know that I can wait a little bit longer the next day and just kind of milk less at night, take longer in the morning until we are at like a once a day, midday milking. I like midday, especially in winter. It's the warmest part of the day, and it works out with our homeschool schedule too. You're doing good, Stormy. I know she's kicked the bucket over twice, but I did expect that. I did. That's all right. She'll get better in time. This is Stormy's second freshen, and Margie's, she's had, I think, 7 sets of kids. 2 of her kiddings were not with me. I bought Margie when she was 3. All right. Are we good till later, girlfriend? I think both of them are still holding milk a little bit. And so once they realize that I am the only source of relief in their udder, they'll start releasing all of it. But I can still feel, just got some milk. A lot of times they hold their milk up high. You can do a lot of massaging and convincing, but because I'm trying to trigger her udder down to once a day milking anyway, I'm not super worried about making sure I get every last bit. There we go. These are my other 2 girls that I milk in fall time. Foxy has her babies on her. She's also on, or had been on, antibiotics, and so she still needs some time before I can keep her milk. I'm gonna milk Winnie first so that when I throw her milk out, it's not like tainting the pail. No, Winnie's not as full as she can get because she still has her baby on. I've had a lot of questions about Winnie and what I think of her udder. It's really hard for me to tell right now. She is my first blue cactus sired doe that I've been able to keep and able to freshen, but I haven't allowed her to fill her udder basically at all since she gave birth. But so far I can tell that she's a massive improvement on her dam. Her dam is a doe that I had named Barely, and Barely had basically, I called it an apple udder. Her udder was just a ball, kind of stuck to the underside of her. It was a little bit low. It really didn't have much attachment. She kind of had sideways facing, really, really small teats. Winnie is so much better than that, and I can tell that without even filling her up. But we'll get to filling Winnie at some point. What I'll do for her, since I'm keeping her doe, is actually just tape over her teats. Then that will block the doe from being able to nurse, but they can still stay together. Foxy, same thing, has her babies on, so not a full udder. All right, so we got a little bit of milk from Foxy. Why don't I feed that to something like the cat that was just hanging out around here? There's a withdrawal time for humans for consuming the milk after the doe has been given an antibiotic. It's not because the milk is toxic or anything. What's happening is her body is leaching out some of that antibiotic, and the risk of human consumption is our bodies or our gut microbiome, which does include things like E. coli, etc. So what it does is it creates resistance. That bacteria is exposed to a really low dose of that antibiotic, and without killing it, the bacteria can adapt, and this class of antibiotic, should I need it later for whatever reason, it could not work if I, continually low dose myself. That includes anything like my cat. It includes the pigs. It does include the babies that are nursing off of her. This is why we shouldn't just be giving antibiotics willy-nilly, but our babies are on her because they really need her. You kind of have to weigh your pros and cons and your options. Her baby's drinking is more important than the potential for them developing resistance to this antibiotic, but it's simply not worth risking that for anything else, because he doesn't need this. This would just be a treat, but at this point the treat wouldn't be as good for him because it could potentially create some kind of resistance in his body, and the least amount of resistance in all creatures is good. Her babies can't really get away with that. Everybody else can, so this goes down the drain. No, this way, girlfriend. Turn around. Out the door. Running. There you go. You weren't even plugged in. Okay. So here's an update on the herd. Everyone is doing great. You can see Foxy's little girl, Nyx, over there, trying to get some milk. She's getting really big. Her little boy's over here by the protein pail, getting warm in the sun. It's cold this morning, isn't it, little dude? His cute little horns are coming in. I've been watching this little guy a little bit more closely than the others because he does have this hunchy stance kind of frequently, but he looks good as far as fecals go. He looks good as far as his famacha goes. I think maybe he just makes a little less cashmere. He's a cold boy. Yeah. And then there's Spunky. She's doing good too. I don't know if you noticed, Tizzy and Shindy were trying real hard to get into the milking area because they've been milked since, February of this year. And I have just stopped milking them. I actually noticed not only did their milk production go way, way down, but at least Tizzy's milk started to transition into colostrum. Really thick. It's good stuff, but we want her to be able to save that for her babies, which aren't due until February. But she needs to recoup her energy. Her udder needs a reset, so we've stopped milking these too. Yes, and look at your belly, girl. You've got a big belly, and that is a good thing in your case. Go get some grub. Same thing as over here too. There's plenty of space. Yes, but no one's super starving. It's crazy. Those two fight daily. Tori. Look at Tori's baby Missy. If we put it down, her mama just disappears right behind her. She's gotten so big. Haven't ya? She's got one baby on board for February as well. Let's go see how much milk we got. We would have gotten more, but it's definitely more than I have been getting, even with Stormy kicking it over. Yeah, that's right. Eat your hay, eat your alfalfa. You'll be all right. Eventually, I'll let them out into here once I'm ready to train them to the electric netting. Baby steps. You're gonna pan fry those this morning?
Yeah.
So we probably would have gotten really close to the whole half gallon if Stormy didn't kick the bucket over 2 times. This is what I was working with. This won't do. This is great.